maybe a bit more like Bert and Ernie. Hey, Bert. This is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
It's Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital. Just like Batman and Robin, we're back again.
Yep.
And very relevant. Right. So we've got a great show coming up for you guys.
Can we just get these changed? Every day.
Right. So we've got a great show coming up. We had a lot of controversy, though, before the show because we had a workplace raffle go off.
It's been a scandalous afternoon here at the radio station. There was a workplace raffle held, and Radio Mike is often here at the front of controversy in the office, and we'll be talking about that next.
Yes.
Also on the show, Simmo's Weekly Wrap. It's where we go to our Modern Digital mate for the biggest weekly news, and much more coming up.
Luke and Lewis.
Lewis, controversy has once again just been... Well, I feel like every day on this show, a new scandal comes about, and generally...
We're more controversial than Kyle and Jackie are.
I know. They think, calling some... I don't know. They think... I don't know what they do. I was trying to pretend then that I listen to the show. I don't listen to the show. I just know they're controversial.
Yes.
Because I read news articles about them. But on this show... Often,
there's going to be news articles about this.
Yeah, because Radio Mike here, a button pusher on the show, always finds himself at the front of controversy.
Yes.
There was a raffle drawn here at the station this afternoon for a 50-inch TV.
Big prize.
At this big staff, it was called a team meet. All the staff gathered on the rooftop, and there was lots of those. It was a big party, essentially.
It's actually happening right now. We can hear the bass. The listeners won't be able to hear it, but there is bass permeating throughout our studio.
It's quite
because
distracting.
Everyone else is having fun, and we're down here.
No, having more fun doing our radio show.
Yes, that is.
Be positive, Lewis.
I am. I amplify the positivity, guys. Still begrudgingly.
It's hard to begrudgingly be positive. All right, so... Mike, you actually managed to, you're lucky enough, you won the TV, the 50-inch TV.
Yeah, I did. It was so random.
Now...
Yes,
that's
how a raffle works, mate.
Yeah.
Random
It
chance.
was random, yeah.
It was random. It was drawn out of a hat.
It was like so crazy that I won. Like anyone could have won.
Yes.
Well...
also how a raffle works, anyone could have won.
Do you...
You're just describing a raffle, mate.
Do you think, Mike...
You want to talk a little bit more about how a raffle works? It was nuts. I picked a number out of a hat. How crazy is that?
It was like Tats Lotto, man, but it was like live.
Yeah, and more of a raffle situation.
Yeah. You had a ticket, and then there were other people had a ticket, and then someone else drew your ticket out of a bunch of tickets.
Yeah, like a raffle.
Mike?
Yes.
So you won the raffle, yeah?
I did.
Did you honestly win the raffle? Did you do it honestly?
So when
did you cheat at all?
No. Wait, what?
So
Are you sure?
How many tickets
was everyone supposed to have each? One?
So I...
Yeah.
Cheater!
So as you entered the raffle area, which was on the rooftop, you were given a raffle ticket by one of the staff who was organising the raffle. And we actually, I forgot about this.
We came in twice. Yeah.
We came in, left, and then came in again about 5 minutes later, and they tried to hand us raffle tickets.
And I said, no thanks, I've already got my raffle ticket.
Yes.
That would be unfair. And if I did end up winning a 50-inch TV, I would probably feel so bad about it that I'd have to give it back because it wouldn't be a genuine raffle win.
Literally
and we all know how
doubles your
raffles
chance.
work. That's what I would have said.
You know what? I explicitly said, I've already got one, but I'm happy to have another. And the lady who gave it to me said, yeah, just have one. Almost as if she was saying, you're probably not going to win anyway. Well, I showed her. I won.
Now, Mike, speaking as someone who also cheated...
Yeah, Lewis had two
I
too.
also got 2 raffle tickets because I thought, beauty, 2 raffle tickets. But... I also, honestly, and I can tell you this, and I think everyone in the room will agree with this when I say, if I had have won that television, I would have given it back and said, no, I don't deserve this. I cheated in the raffle. I just wanted to experience the thrill of winning and then the generosity of coming clean and saying, sorry, guys, I cheated. Someone else deserves this. And I think it's appalling that you didn't do the same.
He's kept the TV.
I haven't even been given it yet, but
Well,
I will keep it.
Yeah. See, and forever, that's going to be a constant reminder on your wall.
Of your dishonesty.
Yeah.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I've got, okay, do you want to feel better about yourself for this mistake you've made?
I don't feel bad about it, but I'd love to feel even better about it.
Okay, great. Well, look at him go. He's a bit feisty there. I don't feel bad about it. What's this new mic? What do you mean? Of course you feel bad about it. All right. I've got a bit of a solution because I was the only one here who didn't cheat. Just give me the TV.
I think that's fair.
No. You can come over, we'll have a DVD night, but I'm not giving it to you.
No one's done that since 2004, mate. I'm not doing that.
Luke and Lewis.
Big stories.
Breaking news.
Simmo's Weekly Wrap.
I'll have a beer for you.
So, Simmo's Weekly Wrap is when we call Luke our modern digital mate every week. Well, we call Simmo our modern digital mate.
I'm on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
We call our mate. I'm with you when we call him. Yeah.
We're all here. We're all calling Simmo our modern digital mate.
We don't have a newsreader for the show, so
No.
we put it upon our modern digital mate. Said, "Hey, do you want to come and bring the biggest news stories every week to our show? We're busy guys. We don't have time to read the news, so it's the only time of the week where we're covering the news on this show."
Yeah, which is very important for radio. That's why we threw it to professionals, some guy we know.
Yep, a guy who doesn't study journalism, probably never has any ambition to. Simo, welcome to the show.
How you going, guys?
Very well. Has it been a big news week this week?
Not particularly, but I'm going to try and make something out of it.
All right, let's do it.
My hopes are very high.
I don't think Lavinia Nixon comes on Channel 9 every single night and goes, "Say, guys, I just want to put it out there. Slow news, but I'm going to give it a go." No, all right, go, Simo. Give us your page tour first.
All right. So that is in a news studio in San Diego. They were reading out the news and about to do a story on the San Diego Zoo
Yep.
when this pink bin chicken flies in and lands on the anchor's head mid-live, coverage.
So a pink ibis has come in, as in, have they brought the chicken into the studio, like, look at this animal
Stop
kind of
calling
thing?
it a chicken. It's an ibis.
Right, well, they brought the bin chicken in, right, and they've said, oh, like they're about to show it on the news, but has it flown in prematurely in the segment?
It has, yeah.
And does it claw, like, the woman's head or the man's head or something?
No, well, she had to do it kind of ad-lib too. She just started telling the story and then changed the headline's flown in on my head.
Oh, so she's just started reading the news with a chicken on its head.
Yeah.
That'd greatly improve this segment. So if you could just get a bin chicken on your head next week.
We'll have to dip it in a bit of red food dye.
Yeah.
All right, what's your second story? What's your big headline, mate?
The second is Not Today Pig. So
Wait,
up in
is
Canada
this
this
another animal story?
time. Yeah, it is.
Where do you get your news from? Animal News Weekly.
Jeez, that's funny. I thought you were supposed to be a comedian, mate. Can't you do better than Animal News Weekly?
What's your best Animal News website gag? Yeah, see?
Me on the spot here.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty hard being a comedian, mate, all right?
All we're saying, Simmo, is that for the past 3 weeks or so, every single time you come to us with a story, there's at least one animal story, and now you exclusively have animal news.
Well, I mean, animals are just the weirdest and wonderfulest creatures going around.
Yeah,
Right.
but is it news?
But
Simmo?
you know what, actually?
What?
We're animals too, Homo sapien, that's like a species. We're an animal
Right.
when you look at it.
Okay,
all
so why
news
don't you
is
have any
animal
news
news.
about Homo sapiens then?
Give us your best Homo sapien news story.
Homo sapien news story. All right, two Muppets on a radio show. I reckon they're going to start a trend of going on with a new app, Vero.
Right.
Mate, I got 130 followers on Vero. I'm blowing up, all right? You're going to miss out when you don't have any followers on Vero, and that's what everyone's using. You're plugging your Instagram, mate. I'm on the new wave.
No worries, mate. How many people are on Vero? 105? Like,
Yeah, and they all follow Lewis, so he's actually got capitalising a huge market there.
Exactly.
All right, give us your animal story.
I'm like the guy who started Facebook. Everyone with the app follows me.
You didn't start Vero.
you're like MySpace Tom.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the joke I was trying to make, and then I accidentally said Facebook.
All right, give us your second animal story.
So, there's a rescue centre in Canada. I had to rescue all these pigs a while back because the abattoir was running a malpractice kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
right.
Tortured or whatever. This kind couple put their hand up and said, we'll adopt one of the pigs, take it in, keep it as our own pet, and that sort of stuff.
Very selfless.
Only turned dark, and turns out they weren't so kind of heart. They ended up taking the pig to a different slaughterhouse, got it killed, and had a nice big feast.
Free snags. I
that's
love it. That's
genius.
such a good loophole. Can you do the same if you rescue a dog, take it to China, Freedom Sims?
Quite possibly.
What a genius couple.
Oh,
well,
we'll have to give it a go. Maybe you can try that out, Simmo, and get back to us next week.
Nah, mate, I don't think I'll be eating a dog anytime soon.
do it with the pig, not the dog.
Well, I don't know. Where do you get a pig from around here?
I'll just ask your local rescue centre.
As you do.
All right, thank you very much for...
a pig?
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Simmo. Have you got a sign-off for us?
Oh, of course I do, mate. Enjoy your weekend, listeners. It's a nice sunny one. I'll have a beer for you.
Yeah, damn right you will. Love it, as always. And also, next week, can you come with 2 Homo sapien news stories?
Homo sapien stories. Got
Yep.
it. I'll have to open my eyes a bit more.
Yeah, get off Animal News Weekly.
This is your first official warning, Simmo.
Yeah,
All right.
if you even mention an animal next week, I don't know, we might have to find a new newsreader who'll do this for free every week.
Oh, all right. I've taken your probation warning very
right.
seriously.
There's no pressure. No one else would do this for free. Honestly, I'm confused as to why you agree to this every week.
All right, no worries. You've been listening to Luke and Lewis with a bit of Simmo and Radio Mike laughter in the background. Not quite sure why he kept his mic on for that. But anyway, have a good weekend.
See you, mate.
Have a beer for us.
Big stories.
Breaking news. Simmo's Weekly Wrap.
I'll have a beer for you.
Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital. Now, Melbourne
Amplifying the wow. Because today we are talking about... Well, I wanted to talk about it for a while.
Yeah.
I think it was on the weekend. There was a Facebook group that got quite popular in Melbourne.
Yes.
It was Meet at Federation Square to say wow like Owen Wilson. It was see how many people they could get congregated. It was like the saddest meetup I've ever seen. Congregate in the area to quote Owen Wilson saying wow.
It's a very Melbourne thing. Like, these types of events have been... I see them, like, every week, a new one.
Everyone's like,
do a weird thing in this weird place, and people show up to these things.
Yeah, everyone's like, Melbourne's so cultured, you know, you guys have so much culture. No, we all just meet up together and quote Owen Wilson for fun.
Not culture.
That's the opposite of culture.
So, what happened was 5,000 people were in the event. Only about 100 people actually showed up. So, you know, out of 5,000 people, 100 idiots. That's fair enough.
I'm surprised 100 people still showed up.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, but they all showed up, and this is their collective wow.
All right, let's get it started. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
What a waste of time. You know what? That video, it's actually a video that we play. We just played the audio of it. But watching the video is incredible because...
You see the regret in people's eyes after the
Immediately.
second wow. They go, oh my God, I travelled 45 minutes into the city to stand with strangers and say wow.
And you know what? Owen Wilson didn't even show up. He hasn't even tweeted it. So even he's not
You wouldn't
sitting at
claim
home.
that.
No, he's not even... Like, he would have seen that, and I guarantee you he didn't go, wow. Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital. Also, some of the top new talent to watch in 2018. I mean to brag, because this is a big deal, guys. You're listening to the top new talent to listen to.
Right.
Well, you are. You're already doing it.
You
Congratulations.
don't mean to brag, but you've come on air just bragging.
No, I said I mean to brag. So this whole segment is just bragging about
Great.
being Radio Today's top new talent
Nah,
in 2018, guys. Well done. We've made it.
Great. It's good you've set the tone early of the segment.
I'm just saying, mate, an industry website has written about us,
Yeah.
one of probably maybe the 15 new people in the entire industry. You know, we're out of 15 of those people, 10 of them are kind of all right.
So,
we're in an article.
We did get in an article. It's our very first article, or second actually. Don't want to brag again. Well,
Yeah.
I did. It's our second article, and
blowing up,
they
mate.
sent us an interview yesterday to fill out, and we were like, "Bang! Second article. This is probably our biggest one. Let's take this really seriously." They sent us 10 questions to answer, and
10
we
questions.
sat down and really took it this seriously. And then for some reason today, they didn't publish it.
None of our questions were published, despite the fact that we are in an article. So basically what they did is they read our answers and were like, we're not going to publish that. And I can't understand why, because we spent a lot of time on our answers, answering them very seriously and honestly.
Which is bizarre because, okay, here's an example, right, of a serious question with a serious answer. They said, what's one radio skill that you've mastered and what's one radio skill that you're currently working on? And we answered with, currently we have a black belt in making fun of the radio station that employs us. But the only thing holding us back at the moment is the fact that Luke only knows how to speak Japanese. To get around this, Lewis has to translate everything that Luke says in real time, live on air.
That is a serious answer. All of the listeners know this. Luke only knows how to speak Japanese. And
Konnichiwa.
see, I just told I just momentarily stopped live translating what Luke does. I mean, if you guys want to listen to, if you don't believe me, this is actually what happens when Luke talks and I'm not translating.
こんにちは、皆さん。僕はイギリス人です。ロンドンから来ました。
See?
Wait, did you just stop translating for a second?
I just began right then.
Oh,
yeah.
great.
So obviously, you know, it's a very complex thing for me to.
I just said amplify the now 14 times in Japanese.
It's a very hard task for me to be speaking and also translating you at the same time.
Yeah.
But I do manage it. It's just for the modern digital audience.
It's so bizarre that they haven't printed this interview because we just literally kept going and it was like, oh, how do you prepare for your shift on air? Well, generally we meet 3 hours before each show and spend 2 hours playing Uno, then 50 minutes arm wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, that's a serious answer. I don't understand what their problem was with it. Question 6, how does this is probably one of my favourite answers because it really delves deep into who we are as people and gets pretty raw at some points. Question 6, how does the person you are on air differ from the person you are off air? And I answered this with, Luke is the exact same person as he is on air as he is off air.
That's true.
Yeah. In fact, it's quite frustrating to be around. No matter where we are or what we're doing, Luke will constantly try to give away tickets to Ed Sheeran, and he ends every sentence with, give us a call on 131060.
That's correct. Give us a call on 131060. Actually, no, 1300 161 006.
There are no Ed Sheeran tickets to give away. We're on Modern Digital, not Fox today.
If you want tickets to give away, change radio stations. And Lewis, we answer what Lewis does, and Lewis off air is a completely different person when the mics are off, which is also true. I think lots of your fans will know this.
Yeah.
Off air, on air, he is Lewis Spears, the quintessential radio professional.
Very
but
true.
off air, he's a woman called Margaret Summersby, a 46-year-old housewife from England. We all know that.
Yeah, everyone knows that. It's very obvious. Everyone's met Margaret when the mics are off. And I don't understand why they didn't take this seriously.
The final
and
question.
They didn't publish it.
This was the last straw for me. They said, finally, if you weren't working in radio, what would you be doing? And obviously, we answered this honestly. We're like, okay, let's really look at ourselves.
So I looked at Luke and I thought, what would he be doing if we weren't on radio? And I said, you know what? Luke would be a very successful inspirational speaker, but only in Japan. Because obviously, he speaks Japanese, doesn't speak English, and if I'm not around, really, he could only work in Japan.
Yeah, I couldn't do that in the Netherlands or anything. That'd be ridiculous. They wouldn't understand me. It's like if I did it here. Anyway, and then I was like, all right, well, what would Lewis be doing if he wasn't doing radio? And Margaret
be off air.
Yeah, well, Margaret Summersby would be celebrating her 20th anniversary with her husband Jeff on their small hobby farm in Buckinghamshire, where they raise a small herd of dairy cows, 6 chickens, and 1 goat.
Yeah, and I don't understand.
And that was speaking from the heart, and the people at Radio Today went, no, not good enough, not printing it.
Just absolutely despicable.
Well, then don't give us a serious interview to do then.
Exactly.
Next time, we'll joke around for the whole thing and send in untrue answers. Is that what you want from us?
I don't think it is.
After the break, Lewis, I think we need to delve into this off-air personality you have a little more. Because I think it's quite new for people in the show that, yes, all the time, everywhere, you are a 46-year-old housewife from England.
Yeah.
Might come as quite a shock to a few listeners.
Well, it would come as a shock because I'm only actually Lewis Spears when the mics are on. So obviously they would never meet Margaret Summersby. And I am happy to talk about it after this.
Lewis, it came to the listeners' attention, probably came as quite a shock that off-air, it came out that you're actually a 46-year-old woman named Margaret Summersby. Now, to give a bit of backstory, we did an interview for a website called Radio Today about the Luke and Lewis show, and we answered some questions pretty open and pretty honestly. We'd never done a publication like that before, so
we thought we would take... I mean, Radio Today is a giant publication. It's absolutely massive.
Everyone in the industry reads it.
Everyone in the radio industry actually does. I'm joking about it, but everyone actually does read this. So we thought, you know what, we need to take this interview incredibly seriously and only give answers that make sense and are 100% true.
And they asked us, how does the person you're on air differ from the person you're off air? And we just explained that Lewis is a completely different person when the mics are off.
Literally a completely different person.
On air, you're Lewis Spears.
Yes.
But off air, you're a 46-year-old housewife from England called Margaret Summersby.
Yes, yeah. She's celebrating the 20th anniversary with her husband Jeff very soon.
Who I'm yet to meet.
Yeah,
but,
So am I. I haven't met him either, really. I mean, really, when you think about it, I'm Margaret most of the time.
It's just a
'Cause
little...
I mean, Lewis Spears is a part-time
I
thing
know.
for me.
And
I'm only on radio
It's
about
frustrating.
2 hours a day.
It's frustrating being your friend because we get along great.
Yeah.
On air, chemistry. But me and Margaret in the planning meetings when we're off air, quite difficult to plan a show with because
Oh,
she's
really?
often cooking scones and crumpets and it's a bit
Well,
hard.
that comes as a surprise to me. I never make it to the planning meetings.
Yeah, because more. Every time I text you, Margaret strolls in. Now, can we bring, just for the listeners, because it's a bit weird talking about it, can we bring Margaret on air for the listeners?
Look,
Make
mate,
a one-off exception?
mate, you know the rules, all right? When I'm on air, Lewis Spears. Off air, Margaret Summersby, okay?
Oh,
So we're currently on air. Are we on air, Mike?
Yeah, we're currently on air.
Yeah. Well, then it's mate. It's Lewis Spears for you.
Well, I
listeners,
thought you
guys.
might say this.
Yeah.
So I've recorded some of the planning meeting
Mate,
before the show.
It's a breach of my trust.
No, it's not. You were off air at the time, so it's fine.
Oh, I wasn't even there.
I was going to say, how do you know?
Well, you just told me.
Yeah, that's true. So I was recording you. Oh, I was recording Margaret. Sorry,
I'm
off
very
air.
interested to hear this, actually.
And well, I guess this is how I plan. Just to give the listeners some kind of insight of what me and Radio Mike have to deal with in every single planning meeting before the show. This is us trying to plan the show every single day with Lewis's off-air personality, Margaret Summersby. All right, so today we're going to be doing this thing where we filled out this interview for radio.
Hello, boys! Hello! Oh, hello, Luke. Hello, Mike.
Konnichiwa.
Oh,
Margaret, I'm
Yes.
Japanese.
hello. You've learned a little bit of English.
Yes.
That's very good.
For the purposes of this sketch, I thought English would be better.
Oh, wonderful. Is this going on the show later today?
No, it's not.
Okay, very good.
We just thought, well, you've never actually been on the show, Margaret. It's
No,
so weird.
no. Well, I'm not a radio station. I've got a hobby farm with my husband Jeff.
Yes.
20 years.
Right.
We're got a 20-year anniversary
Yes.
soon. Mike, you look good. You're filling out a T-shirt. You've been eating too many of my cookies, I think.
Right, and
You're a little bit chubby.
They are good cookies.
Oh, yes,
And-
yes. I love baking them as much as you love eating them.
and
keep baking it,
Margaret's famous scones as well.
Yes, been eating my scones.
All
You're
right,
breaking
Margaret.
fatty.
This is every day. It gets so hard planning the show with you here.
Why? But then
because
why do you invite me? I should be on my farm with my goats.
I texted
Me
Lewis
and my husband Jeff of 20 years.
every time
20 years next week it is.
Every time I text Lewis, you rock up, and it's so weird because you look like Lewis.
Yes.
and
You
it's
don't sound like him.
No, when I'm a 46-year-old English woman with a husband called Jeff, 20 years soon.
Well, congratulations to you and Jeff.
Oh, thank you very much, you fat.
This is what it sounds like with added Luke and Lewis. Triple M Modern Digital.
Luke, Milo's in trouble at the moment. Your favourite drink.
Yeah, one of my favourite drinks. Definitely my favourite thing to put in milk.
Yes.
Although I can't name anything else I'd want to put in milk.
Yeah, me neither.
I was thinking of a lollipop, but that would be gross.
That would be gross. Also, not a liquid, just something to choke on. Milo is in trouble because they have rated themselves on the health scale.
Yeah.
What would you rate Milo on in the realm of healthy food?
Okay, like out of 5 stars?
Yeah.
Like a 1. It's chocolate. It's
very
not even chocolate. It's produced powdered chocolate.
incorrect.
So it's a
mate.
choking hazard as well.
According to
You inhale it. Don't inhale Milo, kids.
according to Milo themselves, they are actually a 4.5. So it's an almost perfect score, which is like that means
Wait, according to themselves.
yeah, it's one of the healthiest things you can drink,
Oh, great.
according to themselves.
Yeah, so they're self-proclaimed. It's a self-proclaimed health food.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
you can't just rate yourself. And they've gotten in so much trouble that Choice, which is a consumer watchdog, has come out and used real evidence and said, actually, we would rate you using science as a 1.5.
So they've been told by an expert
Yeah,
that they're not
yeah,
a health food.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
which,
you
which is,
can't rate
you
yourself.
can't rate yourself.
Well, you rate yourself.
What do you mean?
I hear you all the time. You're like, oh, you think you're a 7 out of 10.
Out of
Just looks.
attractiveness.
Yeah, you just think you're a 7.
Yeah, I think I'm a 7.
Well, that's
not
like
like- I'm
Milo
not a-
saying they're a 4.5.
Mate,
No, you're not.
No, that'd be like if I said I was a 10.
Mate,
I'm
you're
not
like
a 10,
you're like
right?
a soft 2.
A soft 2. No way, that's really ugly. A 2.
Huh?
That's
You're not
really,
a 1.
No, a 1 is like they shouldn't even leave the house. A 2, that's rude as. At work, on my
All right,
worst day, I'm
3.
a 5.
Oh.
3?
5.
No.
5 is the median in population.
Yeah.
You're 6'8". People stare at you down the street, man. People stare at a 2.
No, they stare at me because they go,
I
look at
saw.
that 7.
I was walking down the street today. I saw a 4 today. A guy walking past us. I was like, oh, look at a 4, and he was staring at you. Like, it was just a 4 staring at a 2, and he was like, oh, look at that 2, and it was a 4.
2, mate.
It was a 4.
Look, this is what I'm saying. Okay,
But here's the thing. Even if you are a 4, right?
Yeah.
You automatically lose 1 because you think you're a 7. Because it just shows that you're just insane.
No, this is what I'm saying. Okay, I'm a 6, right? But I got status. I'm on radio. I'm a comedian.
Oh, yeah,
so that
right.
makes me a 7.
Triple M Modern Digital has 1 point, does it?
Look, I'm kicking
I think
goals.
that minus is 4. You're a 2, mate.
I'm at least kicking some points outside of Modern Digital, all right? I will admit. Modern Digital, not the most impressive of things, but I can say Triple M and then Modern Digital, and then they'll be like, oh, this guy's a 7. He's on radio.
Yeah, and if they have really good hearing, they'll be like, oh, 2.
Well, what would you rate yourself then?
8.
I hate you, mate. Luca Lewis.
9.5. 10.
Luca Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital, reporting you live from the studio. 7 out of 10 speaking.
Well, disputed. Wait, can I dispute that?
No.
Oh.
You're actually not allowed to.
Right.
Luke is putting it on me because he thinks that I've rated myself incorrectly.
Milo came out and judged their product as a 4.5 star in the health rating, and you were literally saying, yeah, you can't rate yourself, Milo.
You can't rate yourself
every day
incorrectly. You can rate yourself as long as you have evidence to back it up. That's what I'm
right.
saying.
And what's your evidence?
Well,
You're 6'8" and you got a solar panel 5 head,
Mate.
and you're like, I'm a 7.
Yes, I am. Okay,
That's
would
2.
you like to see
That is a description of a 2 if I've ever heard one.
Would you like to see my evidence, mate?
Yes.
Pretty.com.
Yeah.
Right? It's a scientific thing. We've all done this
Yeah,
throughout
we did
the break.
this during the break to rate. It's essentially a website
Scientific.
that does not factor in your personality and rates you purely on a headshot and your face
Exactly.
circumference.
That's what I'm saying.
And symmetry.
My personality's a 2, but
Yeah.
physically I'm a 7, all right? I'll give you that. But Pretty.com, I think we can all agree, it's a scientific website. You upload a picture of your face
Yep.
and it rates you. So can we all accept the ratings that we're given?
Yep, very
Right.
scientific.
Here's my rating. 79% out of 100, which actually means I'm a 7.9.
Yeah,
Pretty.com says I'm pretty. I've got a good face shape, normal forehead size. My chin is too small. I've got poor face symmetry,
Mm-hmm.
but I have good interocular distance, whatever that means. I think it means my eyes aren't too far apart.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
2.
7.9.
All right. They feel bad. They saw your photo and just
Mate,
went, just
Luke
give me
hates
7.9.
science. I bet you don't even, I bet
No,
you don't
I
even
did
believe
mine.
in gravity.
No, I did mine.
Yeah?
And I got an 82%. So, and I
8.2?
said I'm an 8.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. You can rate yourself as long as you have evidence.
Yeah.
Also, Mike, I did you, okay? Would you like to have a look?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, mate, you've got 4.2. You are ugly, it says, according to Pretty.com. Would you like to know why, Mike? It's because your forehead's too small, you've got a short nose, your chin's too big, and you've got bad face symmetry. So, sorry, Uggo.
That's not a picture of me, though, that you're holding up.
Yes, it is.
I believe that looks more like human Shrek from the movie Shrek 2.
What's the difference?
You guys.
Classic us. We got him again. That's how we do it.
Radio, mate, more like ugly, Mike.
Oh my God, he's going to cry. All right, it's the end of the show.
That's the end of the
Fistpump
show,
Fridays.
guys. Fistpump
And
Fridays. Hit the music.
as a tear hits the buttons, Mike still begrudgingly fist bumps every Friday.
Brilliant. So I love Fistpump Fridays just because this music that we play so good.
We
It's
actually
just
had
so
a complaint about the song during the week.
What do you mean
Someone
a complaint?
sent in
How could you complain
at
about this?
the Nugget Lad on
Yeah.
Instagram
Yeah.
sent in, you should replace the Fistpump Fridays theme to the instrumental for Goodnight by Reese Maston and see if anyone picks up on it.
That's actually
Probably a
that's
good
a good
suggestion.
idea. Guys, have a listen to
Hang
this.
on. Sorry, the
You
drop. We
just
just missed
skipped
out
the
on
drop.
the
You
drop.
just turned the volume off. Oh, here's the drop. Okay,
we're still
so
fist
just
bumping.
have a listen to this music, guys. This is the Fistpump Fridays music.
Yep.
Now turn it off, Mike.
Mike, you've got the Goodnight by Reese Maston instrumental queued up.
Yep.
Let's take on this guy's suggestion.
Let's see if we
and
can
we'll try it
notice the
again from the
difference.
start, and we'll see which one we like better.
So This is the instrumental for Reese Maston, or is it the official Fistpump Fridays?
No,
music?
this is the
I can't tell
instrumental for "Goodnight" by Reese Maston, not our usual Fistpump Fridays music.
Oh.
I think this guy is right. We should do this every week. We should have been doing this for the last 14 weeks, every single Friday. This exact song.
I agree. That's actually a really good idea. So we're going to change the official Fistpump Friday music to what was playing before, completely different song, to what's playing now, the instrumental of Reese Maston's "Good Night."
Yeah.
So
thank you very much
for the
at
suggestion.
the Nugget Lad.
You bloody
Hang on,
genius.
drop. That's way better than our usual drop.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
All right.
See, the last one hardly had any drops at all.
Yep.
We never said ooh
Cool.
and had a moment of silence.
This is a 2, a 7, and a 4 ending the week.
See you later, Luke Lewis.